All right, now we are going to talk about compliments of events. Now, this is different from like saying something nice to somebody, all right? And the main difference you can see is that in that kind of compliment, you have the letter I, right? This says E. So when you see that, this is the math compliment. And math compliment um, is basically thinking the what is left to make something complete, right? So if you think of complementary angles, right? Those are two angles that add up to 90 degrees, right? So if you know one angle, you can find the other angle. So it's like what's left to make that a 90-degree angle. So if you think of that, it kind of should sort of clue you into what you're actually doing here. And so the complement of an event is the set of outcomes that aren't in the event. And you just basically figure that out by saying, well, if it's out of 100% or one, which is how you write 100% as a decimal, you would figure out the complement by subtracting the probability of the thing that is likely to happen. All right. So let's just do a question, and I think it'll make sense here. It says a box contains 35 red marbles and 120 marbles of other colors. All right. So the first thing we got to figure out is how many total marbles, right? So total outcomes, right? Total outcomes is going to be 35 plus 120, right? Which is 155. So that's the total number of marbles we have to choose from, right? It says Isaac draws one marble out of the bag without looking and then puts it back. What's the probability that the marble he draws is not red? All right. So the easiest way to figure that out is sometimes is just to say, okay, well, let's just figure out what the probability of it would be if he did choose red, and then it would be the complement of that. It would be just subtracting that from one. All right, so let's do that. So we're going to do 35 red marbles. So that's the number of possible favorable outcomes for choosing red, right? And then out of a total of 155, right? We can divide them both by 5. You get 31 here, right? And then you get 7 here. So you get 7 out of 31, which is, let's put this as decimal. All right, 7 divided by 31 gives us 0. I'm going to go 3 spaces on this one, 0.226. All right. And then, so to figure out the complement of A, right, you're going to go 1 minus the probability of A. So this is going to be 1 minus, and we figured out the probability of A. It's this. This is 0.226. Sorry about that big loud buzzing. And so you can either try to do that in your head, or you can just do what most of us mere mortals do, which is use a calculator, and you get 0.774. So the probability that the marble he draws is not red is about 77.4%. So, a little over 3/4 likely that he will not draw a red marble. And you can kind of figure that out if you look at the red numbers. Or if you look at the red numbers as opposed to the overall numbers. That it's not likely he's going to choose one, but definitely possible, right? But so that is the easiest way to go about solving a problem like that. And it has a name called the complement. So that is the lesson for today. Hopefully, this is making sense and kind of reinvigorating some of this probability knowledge that many of you already have in your head. So there you go, and good luck.